We've all had the narrative, the line that Ugandans are not good savers. But that's not entirely true, because there are some people that have actually gone out of their way to do better in this space. So today we move to Mbarara to find out how this SACCO has been able to manage and indeed mobilize a multi-billion portfolio.
AMDA SACCO started 12 years ago, and its membership is members who are coming from the Archdiocese of Mbarara, but who are residents in Kampala and the surrounding areas. So ideally we do our recruitment from the AMDA Association, and which meets once every month. What inspired the people who started the SACCO? It was people sat together and said, we have to empower our people. One of the pillars of AMDA the main, is economic empowerment. So for us to achieve economic empowerment of our people, of where we come from and the people who are here, that's how they started the idea of forming a SACCO. And it is through that SACCO that we have been able to empower our people, giving them whatever products that they take, and be able to achieve their personal and maybe others' organizational objectives. We've made a lot of strides in the 12 years we've worked. We've managed to increase our member enrollment. It started with 20 members, but right now we have 668 members who are fully subscribed for. Our net worth by that time was around 8.5 million, but right now we are talking about 2.7 billion. That is our net worth now. And we've been coming through all those years, working very well and posting some favorable figures. Despite the effects of COVID, we've been able to survive and we've been able to reach here. AMDA SACCO is led by a number of competent professionals whom we source from the association of AMDA. And all our work, we are doing it voluntarily. There is nothing like payment. That is what we can offer back to our SACCO. So today, our performance for this year has been superb, and we have been able to post around 272 million for the year that we have finished. And our net worth has increased up to 2.7 billion from the 1.9 billion of last year. So main on the agenda was our launch of the strategic plan, SP 2023-2027. And this plan is what is going to help us in the next 5 years. I would want to thank the people who have put their minds together to make sure that this plan comes to fruition. And it lays down all the things, both strategic in nature, and now what remains for us is to operationalize this strategic plan so that we can achieve what we have put there in the next 5 years. We have increased on our marketing of the SACCO to our members. If you can see, this year alone we have been able to recruit 85 members, new members who are coming on board. And we have also increased on our own products, our products mainly, not only loans. We have loans, we have savings, we have all those other benefits, but the products which we offer. Say it's school fees, say it travel, say it holiday, everything. So we've tried to maintain and market our products this year so that we can be able to post a positive result. Briefly, I have to tell you the impact what the SACCO has done on our people. We have so many success stories from this SACCO. People have started businesses, they have grown, people have paid the school fees for their children, both inland and abroad. People have bought properties using the SACCO money. And then there are also other people who would wish to start SACCOs. SACCOs is the way to go. Take for instance the recent parish development model which the government has adopted. They have tried to use the model of SACCOs to make sure that they can achieve that objective by going to the grassroots. So I see and encourage them to come together, put minds together so that they can be able to benefit from the benefits of saving together and borrowing together.
Well, today is a very good season, and it's a good season for those in crop husbandry and as much as those that sit within the animal husbandry space. This is because it's raining. Now, today we want to explore some of the pastures that you need if you're into rearing animals and can give you better returns.
I like to advise farmers to plant the right variety of forage for the animals to benefit, so they can also benefit as farmers. Generally, to get money from a farm and from a dairy cow, we emphasize three major things. We emphasize the breed of the animal, we emphasize how it is fed, and also how you manage it. But I want to talk about how you feed the animal. In the natural environment, animals graze on natural pastures, grass which grows naturally. But we've realized that over time that the grass which grows naturally is not enough to give the animal high amount of milk, the desired growth rates, giving you a calf per day. Because first of all, where the grass grows determines the number of nutrients in the animal. Normally many soils are leached, the soil is no longer fertile, so the animals don't eat enough. They don't get enough from the grass that they eat. So thanks to research, a lot of varieties of fodder species have been identified that we can grow to supplement or just entirely feed these animals on them. There are basically two sources. The forages that we grow, we can classify them into two types. The ones which provide the energy and the ones which will help us to supplement and provide protein. So the two main ones. We don't care so much about oil usually in the dairy sector. The ones which provide energy, which by the way is also a limiting factor in the dairy production. We have napier, which is very common. We have been growing napier for many years. But I'm happy with research. They have now improved also the napier varieties that we have. We have now varieties of napier which have more energy, they have more sugar, and also have a lot of protein. Now the most popular one currently we have is called Pakchong, sugar napier Pakchong. It was imported in from Thailand. It has a lot of protein and has a lot of energy. The protein content is about 18% if you have a seed at the right time. That time means you don't allow it to go beyond 3 feet tall or 1 meter tall. But if you want to make silage, you could lay a little bit more. It's very good. It grows very fast. After you've cut it, after every 45 days you can harvest it. In 1 acre, actually you can have 200 tons in a year, and many people believe you can actually feed up to 15 heads of cattle on 1 acre of napier every day, which means it's very good Pakchong. It has become very popular. Apart from Pakchong that we have, another energy source we have is maize. If you grow maize and harvest it and conserve it as silage, it's also a very good source of feed for the animal.
We've had a lot of talk about 5G, but key questions arise. How does it work? What benefits or dividends will it deliver to the tech-savvy public, especially businesses? So today we pick the mind of one of the experts in that area to find out how this is going to transform the way we do business and the way we live as a people.
So the telecom industry in Uganda is 5G ready. That's without a doubt. All our customers, MTN, Airtel, Leica Mobile, and all the internet service providers have been on the path to make sure the networks are ready for 5G. On the ATC side, we are providing this infrastructure. We're providing the power that is required for 5G technologies. It will definitely be more power than what we've historically seen on 3G, 2G, and the GSM. And our role is to make sure we provide the infrastructure that makes this 5G experience good. So the solar installations that we're working on, that we've talked about, the lithium-ion batteries, the extension of grid to underserved areas is all meant to support the transition of the telecom sector to support 5G. And our role is to support all the players.
5G is essentially a productivity network. That means you need a very fast internet connection and a very good picture to be transmitted across the country. With 5G, you're able to support up to 1 million devices per square kilometer. That means if, for example, you have a manufacturer who is bottling vaccines or whatever the medication they may be producing, but they want to monitor the condition of the production line at each and every point. They say they have 100 sensors on the production line. You need to be able to monitor the conditions at each of those sensors throughout the production process. That's a kind of network that you need separate from the one you use to make phone calls. If say it is, we like to use health, for example, you have ambulances coming into a health center, a hospital. 10 ambulances are bringing 10 patients, and the doctors and the emergency room medical staff are preparing to receive them. If they are able to know the condition of each patient before he arrives, they prepare better. That means you deliver better outcomes out of the emergency room than previous. So those are some of the applications. A farmer who is in the production of tomatoes for export to the European market, he needs 10,000 monitors across the greenhouse to monitor fertilizers, to monitor temperature, to monitor soil pH, and apply them as and when the need arises. You need to provide the network connection to each of those. Look at the electricity grid. As the city grows, it becomes very important that the energy company that is running the grid is able to monitor the condition of the network. Much of it laid underground to know which cable has faulted, which cable is overloaded, and transfer the loads depending on the needs they are seeing on the network. So as we build this, the city, as residents build Kampala city, the need for real-time monitoring improves. And to be able to do that, you need a network like 5G. And we are telling the country that for us as Airtel, we are 5G ready. The technology has arrived. If, for example, you have, like I mentioned in the medical application, there's no price you can put live. So you should be able to increase. We believe that as we increase more users onto the network, through affirmative actions like device financing, we have different partnerships with people who produce and distribute devices. We are going to see the average cost of data going down. If you look at the mass in the next few years we need in Kampala, they're going to be over 400, 185 of them being 5G. So we design service based on the needs. Let's say someone is in a shop in an arcade downtown and is not getting the right network. So ATC brings what we call a smart pole. They put it outside. We are able to make calls. The person in the shop is able to, for example, make a video of how what they are selling works, and they are able to illustrate to a trader in Hoima before the trader places an order. So the trader in Hoima can also be able to say, yeah, the first video you showed me is what I want. Pack for me 100 pieces and put them on the bus. So that helps to grow the economic activity in the country and deliver on our mandate to connect Ugandans so that they are able to do business and live.
Well, that's all we had for you on this week's edition of Money and Markets. Thank you for being part of the show. Now, for more and these stories, visit our online platforms. We'd like to keep the conversation going, but also we want to learn from you in as much as you learning from all the resource people that we have on this show. Until next time, I've been your host, Charles Borg. Now, from me and team, we'd like to wish you a very good evening. God bless.